Hello everyone, Neo Life here again. This time I'm gonna make a very short statement video about the city of Caution. Beautiful city, wonderful people, and at the same time I want to show you guys how easy it was for me to park the car, but this time I did it without park assist because this place, most places parking costs money. I came to this hotel free parking, and the best part is this car, because it's so compact and so maneuverable, and at the same time the cameras are so easy to use. In one go I was able to park the car into the box. In one go, I didn't even try a second time. I just want to showcase how easy it was to park the car into the parking box. Oh, that's a screw. Oh damn, this might have ended up in my tire. Not good. Let nobody else get that. Damn. Maybe I was supposed to make this video. If I didn't make this video, I would have reversed it out. I would have caught that screw. I would have punctured the tires. Yeah. Another detail is the car actually comes currently still with the winter tires, which means this car is going to perform even better on summer performance tires. Let me double check. I believe it's winter tires. Last time I saw, yeah, it's winter tires. So it's already pretty quick and the handling is pretty good, but on performance tires, summer tires will be even better. Yeah. So back to the topic of the parking. This is probably one of the easiest car to park from the NIO's range, because the size of the car is the most compact of them all. I really loved it. And now I take you guys on a short tour of the city. Over there is the castle. I'm going to use the zoom function. Beautiful castle. Let's see if we can run over there without getting killed. Oh, there's a barrier here. Alright. Luckily only one. Somebody broke down. Oh no. Yeah, somebody broke this barrier so that they can get through. Maybe that's where the screws come from. Look at that. Okay, once again, can see perfectly parked, one go with the assistance of the camera. I didn't have the chance to activate automatic parking number one because of the curb and the bicycle. I was afraid the car wouldn't be able to work with those bicycles. Second, I'm on the busy road. This is the main road of the city, so I don't want to do it as fast as possible instead of making all kind of trouble for everybody else. This is my very first time visiting the city. So I take you guys on tour. Oh wow, look at the cherry blossom. That's actually pink cherry blossom, I think. That's a beautiful flower. That's amazing. And people of course take pictures. That looks really good. And here's the castle. Once again, picturesque small town near Frankfurt. I'm about 100 kilometers away from Frankfurt, I was told. Yeah. So you got the castle, you have the river, you have the roads along the river, and today is sunny day. Couldn't be any better. Absolutely crazy. Good weather today. Cherry blossom in Germany. And this flower is blooming too. Very nice, very nice. So I'm going to take you guys on the other side as well, and then talk into the camera about NIO again, why I'm making all these videos. I'm sure a lot of people must have figured out by now that it is not about buying the car that's important to me, it's about buying the company that's important to me. In fact, I already bought into the company. In my profile online, I have stated clearly I have gone already all in since March 2025 into NIO shares. Back then, I have not even seen a single NIO car, nor have I talked to anybody from the company. So it's a completely independent research valuation model and so on, based on what I know. And I hope I can find out now. I'm basically doing confirmation bias videos now. This is something you gotta be careful. Anybody who already bought shares will have a certain bullish bias. So am I, so do I. So you have to take everything, people who are bullish on anything, with a pinch of salt, including myself. And I'm making those videos actually to be accountable towards myself, so that I can reevaluate my position in case I missed something, I made a fundamental mistake. I will exit my position and take a loss on it, but I will not ride it all the way to zero, that's for sure. However, the probability NIO goes to zero is zero from my perspective, simply because this is a beautiful setting, so I think you can just listen to my voice and enjoy the environment. Zoom in a bit for you guys to see. So the probability, the reason why I say probability NIO shares will go to zero is because of the financial backing and what has already been done in the ecosystem. If this was 10 years ago, I would say the probability that goes to zero is way higher than it is today. Even though 10 years ago the company was smaller, have lost less money. The truth is, now NIO has 700,000 worldwide users because every car is a user. And the probability, based on my experience, someone switching out of NIO is very slim. Once you get used to the NIO ecosystem, there's really no reason for you to switch to any other brands. And then, let me put it back myself on camera again. It's a bit awkward. I'm very used to talking into the camera like this. That's the reason I preferred it this way. The probability that someone who actually bought a NIO car and started using the NIO ecosystem, including the NIO app, using the NIO house and so on, have NIO friends, let's call them that way, because all the NIO users are basically newly found friends with each other. And a lot of them also have shares in the company. So when you have that kind of emotional attachment, it is very, very, very unlikely somebody will switch out of the brand. They will switch from one car to another car, yes, within the NIO ecosystem, just like the Apple users. But the probability for you to switch over is very difficult because, number one, you got used to the battery swapping, which means on long distance travel, particularly in China, if you're used to 3.5 minutes to 5 minutes swap, then it is impossible for you to think your time is so worthless that you're going to wait 1.5 hours at a charging station for charging. I should know because I'm one of those guys. NIO is not going to be my first electric car. This is number 7 or number 8. I've been driving electric since 2016, so almost 10 years driving electric. I know every problem associated with electric cars. Trust me, range problems, charging problems, compatibility problems, software issues, hardware issues, battery degradation, you name it, I have experienced them all. And funny enough, the one car I like the most of all the electric cars I ever owned, I sold them all except one, is the BMW i3S. Simple version without a range extender. Has only 180 kilometer range, but that's the most fun car to drive and the most reliable electric car so far. And the NIO cars is just as much fun, particularly ET5, it's just as much fun, but it's a 4-wheel drive car, has a different positioning and everything, but I don't want to compare this two with each other. Completely different market, different size, different everything. Besides, i3 is dead. So I basically have a collectible car now. I'm passing on that car to my son, so once he turns 16, he'll be able to drive that car. And one downside, of course, coming with a car that does not have battery swapping is that your car still is good, like a carbon fiber car like BMW i3, is good for 1 million kilometers or 25 years. In fact, I don't think i3 will ever expire. Technology-wise, it will not rust and wouldn't do that. But the battery degrades. You cannot stop that. Degradation of the battery doesn't just happen because you're driving it. It also happens with aging. Every battery degrades in the moment it was manufactured. So that you are facing, as the user and owner of the battery, facing the problem of a depreciating asset that's by technological advancement will depreciate. By chemistry, it would depreciate. By natural law of physics, it would depreciate. So you cannot win on the battery side. So the only person who can win is someone deploy battery on a large scale. And the only company that can do that currently is CATL and NIO. And of course, they already signed a contract to cooperate with each other. In fact, the last news is that CATL is going to invest so much into NIO, they might even take over NIO Power. I don't know how much truth that is. One thing I can say is NIO itself is a technological powerhouse. The patents they have invested in, their entire ecosystem they have created, it cannot be replicated with the billions of dollars they lost. Let's imagine someone like Apple wants to recreate something what NIO has. They will spend at least $50–60 billion to be able to get to the same level. But the details I'm not going to go into. So in fact, from my perspective as an investor, I believe ultimately either NIO will grow its way into a juggernaut, or it will be bought by one of the juggernauts of the industry and will be taken care of. Okay, I hope the wave doesn't smash into my clothing. Don't think so. So, I think there's only two possible outcomes. Bankruptcy is impossible because there are enough people with deep pockets is going to continue pumping fresh cash into the company. Of course, the Arabs, for example, and many other potential shareholders, government, state, large other institutions, who knows. The key is the outcome for me as a shareholder. For me as a shareholder, I believe the company will either get taken over at a multiple of the valuation of today, probably at $200 billion or more, or it will grow itself to that size over the time through the three brand developments. Particularly here in Europe, I actually see more potential for Firefly than any other brands. If you go around Europe, if you grow up here like I am, you know everybody drives small cars because the roads are narrow and the parking is impossible. You have no choice. You drive too big of an SUV, like American-sized SUV, you do not have a space on the road, nor do they have the space in the garage, nor have in the parking spot. So that's the reason Firefly is perfect for Europe. And if Firefly deployed the same battery swapping basis, similar technology at least, then the investment NIO has made into the battery swapping stations is not in vain, and that can be multiplied very, very easily. Those battery swapping stations similar to base stations for mobile phones. Initial investment is very heavy, and when at the beginning not many people use mobile phone, of course the per use case is slim, and there's lack of network effect and so on and so forth. Therefore, the value of each individual user is low. But once you have enough users in the ecosystem, once the infrastructure is getting utilized properly, particularly through the battery management software and so on and so forth, so that they can do grid level power backup, power regeneration, power shifting, and so on and so forth. All these things can happen with the power stations. When that happens, actually there's unlimited upside potential. But the most important thing for me to experience on the ground was for me to experience the software, the human software, like the employee's attitude, the product's feeling, the touch, the feel, the user experience, the integration. There's still a lot of work needs to be done on the ground, of course. I know plenty of things that could have gone wrong or has already gone wrong, but the most important thing is for the current users, the experience is good enough to justify the premium price in all countries they are provided for. This is what I have to say right now, out of my head. I never do any scripts in my videos, so if you know me from other channel, you will know in crypto space I have never done a single video ever. In the 550 videos I made public, I've never scripted a single one. I don't plan to script my videos for NIO either. But I'm very much convinced that NIO is going to be either a takeover target or it will grow itself into the biggest juggernaut in the EV industry the world has ever seen. For me, valuation of NIO in the future could easily be a combination of Tesla and Apple combined. Yes, you heard that right. This is crazy, outrageous, blah, blah, blah. In reality, 20 years down the road, there will be probably just 3 companies left making electric cars for different brands. Usually that's what happens. 3 strongest competitors remain, the rest all die off. And I believe NIO is one of the 3. That's my pitch to you as a potential investor in the company. See, you agree, disagree, price right underneath the comments. Of course, right now the price is low, therefore I expect most people to disagree with me, because the lower the price, the more people are bearish, and naturally the opinion will be more bearish. And the higher the price, the more bullish people are. They would like to stroke each other's ego in the comment section. I don't need you to stroke my ego, just tell me the truth. Okay, signing out. And I'm going next to the swap station. Hopefully there will be enough power. Should be. I have now indicated 135 kilometer range. I need about 90. I should have enough space in the battery for that. All right, see you in the next one. Bye.